Hello, I've got for you today the 2024 Meisterstuck Traveler Limited Edition. This is a pen that is part of their Heritage Collection. It is a 149, it's rather heavy, a 149 designed to receive ink in an unusual way, so it's not a piston filler. They've developed a new method of filling the pen with ink. So, as a limited edition, it's rather hard to get. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to get one if you're interested anymore. I'm sure most of them are probably spoken for, but who knows, maybe they'll release a regular version. So, because the filling mechanism is special, it comes with quite a lot of accessories. Paraphernalia you need to add the ink to the reservoir. Now, because this is the standard Coral version, not the demonstrator, it's going to be a bit underwhelming to see it perform, but we'll get to that in a minute. So this comes, like I say, in a box with all the necessary paraphernalia. So you've got their limited edition number, 149, what is it? There. 1924, limited edition. Standard 149 shape with metal trim fitting for the finial and the cone, specially designed for this pen. But in the box, we've got this travel cylinder that I think, if I can get it apart, that doesn't sound too great. Oh, that doesn't look nice at all. Is that supposed to come apart like that? Or I've done something wrong with it. Uh-oh. So basically this is supposed to be a pen pouch. Yep, I did it the wrong way. Okay, so all that was glue that should have stayed in there. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay, so this is basically a pen pouch that I've... Oh, won't tell anyone that... Oh, there we go. We won't tell anyone that I've ruined that. But there you go. Beautiful pen pouch to fit the pen. What else is in the box? Like I mentioned, they've got a new filling mechanism, and because of that, their instruction booklet is, the first time, quite girthy. So it's extensive because it comes in quite a large number of languages. There, we've got English, Spanish, French, Portuguese, Italian. What's that? Basically a whole bunch of different languages. And so it's a total of 240 pages, about there. So they give you maybe about 30 pages of instruction related to how you fill the pen, the pen's components. It comes with a rubber ampule to flush the pen. It comes with a converter to accept the ampule, the flushing thing. Then a few bottles of ink and a special collar for ink bottles and a special cap for that. So basically, when the pen is unscrewed, you press it down into, oops, not showing you anything, you press it down into the nozzle here, and a spring mechanism inside the pen basically draws up ink as you allow the pen to be released from the mechanism. So yeah, push down, then let it come back up, and there you go. Put the cone back on, lock it, and then you're ready to go. So rather than having a mechanism where you twist the cone to activate a plunger inside the pen, the plunger is activated by external forces when you push it down onto the ink bottle. And then what do they call this thing? the cleaning tool, it's basically a rubber bladder. The cleaning tool is fitted to the pen to flush it, because you've got no way of flushing it otherwise. So definitely the most complicated pen Montblanc offers to fill. Even their Goliath and their other moving pens are pretty straightforward. So what else do we have in the box? It's a rather big box. I've not seen what's inside, but you've got 2 standard inks, Royal Blue and Mystery Black, in I think a new size of bottle. These are pretty small bottles. I don't think we've got a bottle that size yet. And then the various other instruments. So when I was at the store and they showed me how it worked, they had basically this same type of packaging, and I'd hoped that, ouch, the packaging in this box would be a bit more interesting, but don't know. Seems pretty straightforward, regular packaging. So there's the bottle adapter. Yeah, so there's the spring mechanism that activates when you push the pen down onto there. Don't want to lose the O-ring. Instructions as well in it. So it feels rather finicky, of course, to have all this, but that's I guess why they give you a nice convenient box to keep everything together. Then you've got the adapter. That's a pretty small piece. But... oh no, another one. Second one. Well, that's great. So you can have colors used without needing to worry about flushing these out every time. So 2 bottle adapters. Does it say that in the instruction booklet? No. On the sleeve of the box, there's also a list of the content. Only one listed. Then you've got the cleaning tool, which is that weird bladder looking thing. Don't know how well that's gonna age, as long as we keep it clean and avoid getting in contact with anything that likes to eat rubber. It feels like natural rubber. Very nice. And then this is the cone adapter. So a little tiny thing that fits on the end of the cone. Of course, wrong end. There. Beautiful milled brass, gold coated hopefully, with a little protective sheath. So you basically screw that onto the end of the cone and then apply the bladder thing there to flush the pen. Nice little part. So, and what else is there? Nothing else in this box. So we'll put those aside. Now, one of the reasons why I started this channel was because one of the earliest pens I bought from Montblanc was packaged with a space on the bottom of the presentation tray where it would appear that something might have been supposed to fit there. So basically, you know, you've got an empty spot like this, you know that something could potentially fit there. And I've never been able to learn what was supposed to be packaged with the Aubrac. And I started this channel because I always wanted to know, and I wanted other people to know, what would be in the box if you get one of these secondhand. But this is really the first, I should say the second, the real one where there is content, there is something other than the pen in the box. So what, 8 years to get to a point where there's actually something else in the box? Very funny. So the box is rather heavy, and there is in the box this space. I guess it's not meant to be opened. It's basically a way of saving space, I guess. Nothing else in there. But yeah, very hefty box. The pen itself is obviously quite light because it's a standard Montblanc 149. Yeah, quite light, except with those metal fittings. So the metal finial is gold plated, as is the cone, and a relatively plain coral barrel. This is not a cheap pen, but this is a cheap pen. It feels like. So it's just a precious resin. I think something like this, they should have done what they did with the Goliath and gone with an enamel or something more than just plastic. This doesn't feel especially great. So the finial is adorned with a mother of pearl Montblanc emblem. There we go. And the finial surround is adorned with engraving of, so basically a frosted engraving of Montblanc. And along this clip band is the limited edition number. It's very, very small. I think it's the first time I've ever seen it presented like this. So usually if it's a limited edition number, it's a bit more prominent, but here it's just like their laser inscribed serial number. So quite small. The camera's not going to pick it up. Bit disappointing, so it doesn't feel quite as special as some of the other limited edition pens. I don't know how frustrated you'll be about me not opening this, but because this isn't the demonstrator, there's no point in me really filling it and using it. I do think that very much like the Goliath, the novelty of that mechanism, cleaning it, working with it, is going to wear thin eventually. Maybe not as quickly as the Goliath. The Goliath has a mechanism where you unscrew the hidden nib and it'll retract and extend when you unscrew it. So you have to unscrew it, retract, and extend it every time you want to use it. Yeah, it's very tiring. This, I think, might be very tiring as well. That being said, it's my first coral pen, and definitely the most expensive resin pen that I have in my collection. A little while ago, I brought to you a bespoke 149 with a bespoke nib. That was a little less expensive than this. I thought that I wouldn't be getting any more into crazy prices like this, but then they would go and do something like this, release a beautiful Meisterstuck for their 100-year celebration, and make it out of plastic coral. It feels back heavy even like this. Without having the cap off, I can feel that it's quite back heavy. The center of gravity is probably, even with the cap on, a little too far back. But yeah. If any of you have one and open it up and use it, I'm very interested in knowing how that feels. And oddly enough, now that I think about it, the box doesn't come with any content related to the pen's details. So this is just really an instructional guide, but there are no images of the nib, there are no images of the pen, and I guess that's really keeping in the way that they sell 149s. If they start selling 149s like this, I think it's going to be quite inaccessible. I really hope that they don't release a black one like this, but I guess if it's always a different color, you'll never have a problem mixing it up with the regular 149s. But there you go. That's what you can expect to find in the box if you get your hands on a 149 Traveler's Limited Edition 1924. Beautiful, beautiful idea. I love that they're extending their filling mechanism options. And I guess we have yet to see if this type of filling mechanism will filter down to the standard 149s that you'll be able to get for a more reasonable price. The fact that the Goliath's mechanism never did become more widely available makes me think that maybe they won't. But because this is all packaged as a standard resin pen, this just feels like a 149 with a lot of fancy wrapping. So hopefully they make them in a more accessible version. So there we go. Quick little dive into this 149. Maybe another content creator will share with you an unboxing where they actually open and use the pen. But considering that there's nothing relatively special about the nib on this pen, I expect it to perform very much the way that a standard medium, so this is a standard medium pen would. So I don't think we really have much reason to use it or open it. It's going to stay like this for as long as I'm around, probably. So there you go. Nice little frustrating video for you guys to show you what Montblanc is cooking up. But without the demonstrator, I'm quite frustrated they won't sell me the demonstrator. Not much point in going further with this. Let me know if you've got questions.